As managers and people, we all have habits. Some of these habits serve to help us and our people, and some don't. But why should you care about habits as a manager? Well, the answer is simple. It's because we get what we repeat. Here at the Oxford Group, we've become obsessed with habits. And we've collated our thoughts on how managers can become more aware of their habits, focus on habits they want that drive engagement and performance, and get rid of those that are unhelpful. With the help of leading authors on the subject of habit, James Clear's Atomic Habits and Charles Duhigg's The Power of Habit, we've created this short management soundbite to help you hone your habits that will help you and those around you. Firstly, let's define a habit. A habit is a behaviour that's been repeated enough times to become automatic, both good or bad. Now let's look at the science of how habits are formed. Our brain is continually scanning the environment, predicting what might happen next, trying out different responses to these situations and learning from those results. All behaviour is driven by the desire to solve a problem. And the purpose of every habit is to solve those problems we face with as little effort as possible. We do that in two phases. The problem phase, which includes the cue and the craving. Something triggers us, the cue. We detect something's missing. We don't have something or we want something, the craving. Then we have the solution phase. This includes some kind of initiated behaviour, taking action in some way. That's the response, which leads to our craving being met, which is our reward. This reward can ultimately become associated with the cue that triggered it. A couple of simple examples to get us started. You're cold, that's our cue. You want to be warm, that's our craving. You grab a jumper and put it on, that's our response. You satisfy the need to be warm, and that's our reward. And putting on a jumper automatically becomes associated with feeling cold. Your phone buzzes with a notification, that's our cue. You want to learn what it is or what it says, that's our craving. You grab your phone and read the content, that's our response. You satisfy your craving for knowing what it says, that's our reward. Grabbing our phone quickly becomes associated with it buzzing or ringing. Now let's take a look at James Clear's 4 laws and how you can make your desired habits obvious, attractive, easy and satisfying, and stand the best chance of making them stick. To make it obvious, make sure whatever you want your habits to be, the cues to do them are hard to ignore. And you can do this by using calendar invites or phone alerts. Or if you want to read a book, put it on top of your pillow or your laptop to make it impossible to miss it. Also, name the habit that you're going to do and get very specific. Using implementation intentions and clearly stating I will do X behaviour at X time and X location makes it twice as likely that you're going to do it. Making it attractive. Associating the habit you want with something attractive. This could be having your favourite coffee while connecting with your team on morning calls. To make it easy, the environment is key. If you want to start doing some mindfulness to help you switch off in between meetings, having an app downloaded on your phone right in front of you and open straight after your meeting. Start small, just 2 minutes worth of a new action makes a real difference. Often we struggle to make changes because we give ourselves too big of a challenge. Focus on the practice of embedding the habit, then build upon it. Reading or mindfulness for 2 minutes can easily become 10 minutes when we've embedded the habit. Key to making a habit satisfying is to reward yourself. Choose a reward that satisfies or motivates you. That's different for each of us. Whatever it is, make sure it's aligned with, not opposed to your goals. Maybe having an ice cream reward every time you go out for a lunchtime run isn't such a good idea if your goal is to be healthier. And lastly, you can invest in a habit tracker or a journal to record your progress, or use a free habit training app. What we track tends to stick more firmly when it comes to habit formation. It signals to yourself that you care enough to measure and track your progress. Let's look at a couple of worked examples of habits managers may want to embed. The habit: checking in with your team members whilst also showing that you respect their time. Make it obvious. Your cue could be that you're about to open your laptop and you have your pre-work tea or coffee, and right before this you take 5 minutes to message each of your team to check in, to see if they need any support that day and when they might have 15 minutes to connect with you. Make it attractive. You've done something first thing that shows your team that you respect their time. Make it easy. It's the first thing you do in the day. You can even put a post-it note on top of your laptop or on your coffee cup every night before you close down to make sure it's impossible to forget. Also reminding yourself that this 5-minute activity can mean a lot to the relationship with your team members. Make it satisfying. Well, you get to have your coffee straight afterwards. You know you're supporting your team and helping them to be as productive as possible. The habit: showing genuine appreciation. Making it obvious. A great cue here would be that you're about to close down your work for the day. Make it attractive. Choose just one person. Choose one thing that they've done that deserves recognition. Doesn't have to be huge, but it does have to be genuine. Making it easy. Pop them a quick message, an email, or even a call, thanking them for their efforts. Make it satisfying. You know how much of a difference this genuine recognition makes to your people and to your team. So what steps should you take on your own management habits journey? Well, firstly, start noticing your habits as a manager, the things you're doing and the things that you're maybe not doing. Consciously decide on the habits that will be helpful for you and your team in driving engagement and performance. Use the 4 laws to create or break habit loops. Track and monitor these to make tweaks and changes where relevant. To learn more, subscribe to the Oxford Group YouTube channel, follow us on LinkedIn, or visit our website and sign up for our newsletter.